Ruby wrote that to love is to reach God. And so today in the sacred space we call the theater, my heart is full of love and gratitude. I want to take a moment to echo President Granham's many thanks to our elected officials and funders whose support makes a day like this possible, the Restoration and Billie Holiday Theater board and staff, the Restoration art team who makes coming to work a joy, and to all of the artists who have for 45 years made this home. To Marjorie Moon, the most exquisite of women. Her shoulders have provided me and countless others an incredible platform to see far into the future. To the entire team who worked on this renovation from the DCA, DDC, and Restoration, please stand so we can acknowledge you just for a moment. We'll bring the house lights up just a little bit. And thank you to Wayne, Colvin, and Kevin for this incredible opportunity. I am having the time of my life. Thank you. To stand before you today is not a job for me. It is my calling. A calling to tell stories that matter and stories that are often unheard. The Billie Holiday Theater at Restoration Art was forged in the stories of a past that began on another continent and that moved across waters that became both transport and burial ground. Our work on this sacred ground, this forum we proudly call Black Theater, is our journey towards freedom and the narratives. The stories we tell have unfolded across continents and centuries. In 1619, shackled feet stepped onto foreign soil and shackled hands shielded eyes from the sun, lighting a place that was no longer home. A narrative of freedom had already begun as captive Africans jumped overboard to escape the cruel novelty of bondage. It continued with every runaway slave in search of home, every slave child who secretly learned to read and write by the dim light of a candle, and every passenger on an underground railroad. The dance from the shores and soils of Africa became conduit, bringing the pulse, rhythm, and culture of different tribes to a new world. This narrative strained under a proclamation that emerged out of one of the bloodiest battles on American soil some 150 years ago, and it grew faint as the laws of Jim Crow produced a strange fruit that filled the air with an aroma not soon to be forgotten. It sparked a renaissance in Harlem, birthed from the blues, an art form reinvented time and time again as a visceral resistance to terror in one's own country, a country that for many never felt like home. This narrative marched on Washington even as warriors of justice would never see the narrative of history rewritten. It marches even now, heralding a call that speaks to the essence of what it means to be human, a call that Black lives matter. This narrative of freedom has many authors. It is a living document that has been edited, amended, and revised time and time again. It has been tested, challenged, downtrodden, and it has been shored up with countless whispered prayers and hallelujah shouts. Decades of artists in this very space have given us an ethnography of a people chronicling the African-American experience, and we stand here today at a moment of rebirth, a moment of renaissance, reimagining, a moment of restoration. For artists from around the corner and from around the world who are looking for a place to trouble the waters and challenge the local, the national, and global conversation, welcome home. For a community of people who seek to come together to affirm our humanity and speak truth to power, welcome home. for audiences who want to take a soul-stirring journey, to see themselves, to hear their stories, and to be in a place where our beauty, our wisdom, and our lives are celebrated and our humanity is affirmed time and time again. Welcome home.